Top 35 expert tips to skyrocket your rank in Marvel Rivals. Tip 1 is optimize your controls and settings. Disable any auto assist features that hold you back and map essential abilities like melee onto the thumb button on your mouse or swap controls around so they feel more natural and ergonomic for you. Lower your graphics if needed to maintain a solid FPS and reduce input lag. You need to prioritize getting the highest FPS possible so you can do more damage and have more mobility. Find the perfect mouse sensitivity so aiming and movement feel second nature. You can even go on to something like Aim Trainer as well to practice your mechanics. But the practice range is more than enough. Tip 2 is know your hardware limits. A stable frame rate gives you a big edge in fast-paced battles. Turn down shadows or special effects or graphics if you experience stutters. Prioritize performance over flashy visuals for smoother gameplay and reduced input lag. Tip 3 is practice in a no-pressure environment. Jump into the practice range or custom lobbies to test combos, perfect aim, and refined hero-specific mechanics. Turn off cooldowns so you can repeatedly spam abilities and build muscle memory. Fewer distractions mean faster improvement. Tip 4 is master basic movement first. Before learning fancy tricks and animation cancels, make sure you're comfortable with strafing and quick directional changes. Small movement tweaks like short strafes, AD, left, right, and unpredictable steps can throw off enemy aim. Tip 5 is focus on surviving. A dead hero can't carry team fights. Don't dive in headfirst into a 1v6, always have an escape route and always work with your team. Watch your health and pick your battles. Know when to disengage and when to dive in. Tip 6 is communicate with your team. Even the strongest individual hero needs backup. Use voice chat or pings to call targets, coordinate ultimates and plan flanks. Positive, concise comms can tilt fights in your favour. Tip 7 is adapt to the meta but don't rely on it. Keep track of popular heroes and strategies in Marvel Rivals. If you see a new tactic, study it. If it's strong, learn how to use or counter it. Stay flexible in your hero picks and always stay up to date with the latest hero bans. Tip 8 is master your off angles. Stand slightly away from your team's main angle to divide enemy attention. This forces opponents to cover multiple threats at once. Use your hero's mobility to set up deadly off-angle hits, or if you don't have much mobility, work with your team to pull off something crazy. Tip 9 is ultimate economy. Think of ultimates like a shared resource. Use them when your team is ready to follow through. If you're winning a fight with fewer resources, save extra ults for the next engagement. Tip 10 is dive plus escape drills. This is going to be easier with more mobile characters, but practice a single route repeatedly. Dive in, deal damage, and zip out. Make it muscle memory so you can execute under pressure without thinking, and always have an escape route in mind. Tip 11 is develop a winning mindset. Keep your cool, even in losing situations. Frustration and tilt will only hurt your decision making. See every match as a chance to refine your skills. Tip 12 is learn map rotations. Identify how to get from one objective to another quickly and safely. Arriving a few seconds earlier than the enemy can secure high ground or health packs. Tip 13 is body blocking and staggering. Stand in the way to prevent enemies from escaping or protecting their allies. Well-timed hits interrupt enemy combos, making them easy pickings for your team. Tip 14 is let your allies in on your plans. If you're a dive character, shout out when you're diving into the backline and when you're engaging. Calling "I'm going in" prompts teammates to assist you or time their ultimates with you. Surprise synergy can break even the toughest defenses. Tip 15 is bait out enemy cooldowns. Feign aggression, then back off. Once the enemy uses major abilities, punish them while they're defenseless. Time your re-engage so allies can help seal the deal. Tip 16 is master high ground tactics. Controlling the high ground gives you better visibility, better angles, and safer damage output. If forced off, rotate to another vantage point rather than fighting in a bad position. Tip 17 is stay in shape. Take breaks, stretch, and drink water during long sessions. A healthy body and fresh mind lead to sharper reflexes and improved focus. Positive mental attitude goes a long way. Go touch grass every now and then. Tip 18 is use the practice range to practice combos. Turn off cooldowns to spam abilities and get used to your range and the timing and the animations. Experiment with new hero combos and advanced mechanics like animation cancelling, interesting hero-specific tech. Confidence grows through repetition. Tip 19 is keep an eye on health pack locations. Knowing where to top off your health can extend your life in critical fights. Deny enemies these resources by grabbing them first or controlling the area. Tip 20 is attack from weird angles. You want to always be unpredictable in any FPS shooter. Don't always go the same way. Use the flanks, use the unexpected angles. This reduces the chance of enemies being able to counterattack you. Tip 21 is animation cancels. It's going to depend on your character, but Spider-Man has a lot of them. Learn to cancel so you get more recovery frames and you can initiate faster and better. Animation cancelling is what separates the casuals from the pros. Tip 22 is prioritize target focus. Eliminate enemy healers or high damage heroes and do what your class is designed to do. If you're a tank buster, bust a tank. Coordinate with your team for quick kills that unravel the entire enemy formation. Call out the target you're focusing and pray everyone else focuses it with you. Tip 23 is practice controlled aggression. Push when you have an advantage, enemy cooldowns are used, a numbers lead or map control, and overextending can feed the enemy. Balance your bravery with caution. Tip 24 is offense can be defense. Sometimes the best way to survive is to stay active. Keep moving, keep swinging, and don't give the enemy a stationary target. Don't run in straight lines and don't jump repeatedly. Don't be predictable, essentially. Tip 25 is spy on top players. Watch streams or VODs of rank 1 players or high level streamers. See how they position, time ultimates, and coordinate fights. Listen to the way they speak to each other on team comms. Adopt what works for you. Tip 26 is master win conditions. Identify what your team does best, burst damage, poke, sustain, etc. Play to those strengths and force the enemy to react to your game plan. Tip 27 is pressure from multiple vectors. Engage from different angles simultaneously with your team and make it impossible for the enemy to focus on a single target. You need to have each other's back. Tip 28 is post-fight positioning. After a successful fight, don't idle and read chat. Push forward to key choke points or vantage spots. Seize map control while the enemy respawns. Tip 19 is learn to swap heroes. Don't be a one-trick pony. Sometimes you get countered and sometimes you're getting dumpstered, so you need to be able to switch. Counter heavy dive comps with stuns or pick high mobility heroes if the enemy is slow. Adapt at all times. Tip 30 is pacing and tempo. Speed things up when you sense the enemy is disorganised, slow down when your core abilities need recharging, and controlling the pace can overwhelm less cohesive teams. Tip 31 is use your mobility to find free kills. You want to always be looking for isolated or squishy targets, and you want to be able to attack them and dip out using your mobility abilities. Tip 32 is evolve your hero pool intelligently. Master 2 or 3 favourites rather than dabbling in every hero if you want to climb ranks fast. Understand how they counter or synergise with the meta picks, and don't trap yourself into a dive only hero pool. Try and diversify to a dive one, a poke one, etc. Tip 33 is tilt control. Bad games happen. If you're feeling stressed or angry, take a quick breath or a short break, or maybe go do a workout. A calm head sees opportunities clearly. If you begin salting, you've already lost. Tip 34 is keep momentum in mind. Take advantage of small wins, 1 kill, a forced ultimate, map control, to push your lead even further. Tip 35 is embrace creativity. Marvel Rivals rewards thinking outside the box. Nobody knows all the cool mechanics and tech and tricks that can be discovered in this game yet. So have fun, experiment with off angles, pull off some wacky combo, and keep your opponents surprised. And there you have it, 35 expert tips to help you level up in Marvel Rivals and skyrocket your rank. Remember, every hero and strategy has a learning curve, so keep practicing, stay positive, and don't be afraid to try new things. I made a game, it's called Battle Babes, it's on Steam, play it if you want. Love you all, hasta la vista, peace.